Member check-in can be critical for validating memberships, tracking attendance, or supporting any number of other operations. But it's also associated with long lines, headaches, and just general chaos. But that's the old way. In this video, I'm gonna give you a complete guide to member check-in, one that's pain-free and your members will love. Let's dive in. First, let's start with the basics and introduce the core concept. What is a member check-in system? A member check-in system is an essential tool used by organizations around the world to track member engagement, control access to just members, track redemptions of benefits, and ensure safety. You can think of it like this. A check-in can be added to a membership record, and that check-in has certain data associated with it. For example, a check-in has a timestamp, the date and time when the check-in took place. Of course, a check-in has an associated membership ID, so you can tie that back to the membership record. A check-in will typically record who's authoring or executing the check-in. Typically, it's a front desk admin or someone else with permissions on the account. Beyond these core concepts, there might be other data associated with the check-in, like a location or perhaps a value of a purchase or a visit. Based on the data that we just went over that's collected and stored during a check-in, you can imagine how all this information comes together in a system to support your operation. For example, a gym would use their check-in system to check in members and verify that they've paid their latest invoice, analyze what are the busiest times at the gym, and then track which members are disengaged and pose a risk of canceling their membership. Of course, that's just one example, and every organization will use their member check-in system a bit differently. The power is in what these member check-in systems enable. Now that we've gone over the basic definition of a member check-in system, that has built the foundation. We're now going to build on that with the three core concepts to understanding the benefits of these systems. The first concept is validation, and this is one of my favorites because it takes what are technical concepts that we use every day in building our applications and then applies them to the real world. Now, I'm not going to lose you here. I'm going to make sure to break it down in really simple terms. So in the most basic terms, validation is asking, is this membership legit? And the way that you determine whether a membership is valid is by using two basic terms, authorization and authentication. Now, again, don't be scared. I'm going to break these down. First up is authorization. Authorization essentially asks, does someone have permission to do something? So in the example of the gym, it's asking, is the membership active? Has their ID been checked? Have they signed a liability waiver? Did they pay their last invoice? All these things prove that the member is authorized to be in the gym. The second part of validation is authentication, which is essentially verifying that the person presenting the membership is the actual owner of the membership. Typically, this will be done by checking the photo ID of the member presenting the membership, or in the case of our digital membership cards, checking the profile photo that's on the digital card. There we go. That wasn't too hard. So remember, to fully validate a membership, you need to check both the authorization and the authentication. Those two components come together to validate the membership. The second core concept of member check-in system is record keeping. A member check-in system records a check-in event with the associated date, time, membership ID, location, and other critical information to keep a complete record of a member's activity. Your check-in system becomes your source of truth for membership activity. And depending on your organization's operations, this can support everything from safety regulations, assisting with staff planning, administering your organization's benefits, or supporting other internal operations. The critical component of the concept here is that your organization now has one trusted source to record and look up all of these check-in events. The third core concept for a member check-in system is reporting. Organizations can use reporting to gather three different types of insights: historical information, sums, and trends. Historical information focuses on the specific. You can look up check-ins by a specific date, a specific time, or a specific location. To illustrate this, let's stick with a gym example. Let's say one of the gym goers walks away with an article of clothing that was accidentally switched with someone else's. They come back and they need to look up who else was in that gym at that specific date, time, and location. With a member check-in system, this is easy to do. And soon, those switched items are back with their rightful owner. The next type of insight can be sums. Organizations can aggregate their check-in data to answer questions with sums. For example, which of my members is most active? Or which date has the most check-ins? They can use this information to answer a number of other questions. But by aggregating the check-in data, you can answer these questions in sums. The last type of insight is trends. This is done by analyzing a change in your sums over time. Like many things, this is way easier with examples. So, for example, a trend might be, what's the change in total check-ins week over week? Alternatively, on the membership level, it might be, what's the change in check-ins per member over time. Are my most tenured members becoming more or less engaged? Whichever trend or insight you're looking to gather, it's important that your membership system facilitates the analysis. And there you have it. Those are the 3 core concepts that are important to understanding the benefits of a member check-in system: validation, record keeping, and reporting. Today, we've gone over a lot of high-level concepts that create a complete guide of member check-in, but we also know the nitty-gritty and the operational detail because we've helped over 1,700 organizations process over $80 million in membership sales, and we've done that by offering a unique check-in system. We use digital membership cards that integrate natively with Apple Wallet and Google Wallet, and then we use QR codes on those cards to facilitate a scanned and simple check-in. We'd love to tell you more about it. We have a video linked in the description, or you can book a demo and we can answer any questions. That's it for today's video. As you can see, member check-in systems can be complicated, but also very extensible to meet your needs as an organization. I hope this was helpful, and we're here to answer any other questions. I sincerely hope that this was helpful, and if it was, I hope that you subscribe. So I'll see you on next week's video. Thanks.